Hello. Hold on. Hello. Hi, Lunar. Hi, YouTube chat. Hi, Twitch chat. It's me, Mixelmix, Crafty Cyberg VTuber, streaming every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm here today to continue with Endless Overhaul, the mechabare VN created by Ecomoge. Uh, Details to the game and to the creator can be found in the description on my YouTube channel. Anyways, waking up from a nap, so I'm a little tired. Um, but we are here to play. I think we're gonna finish it today. I think we're gonna wrap up Iori's route, and we are going to finally finish. We're gonna have all four routes done for Endless Overhaul, which is kind of exciting. Fully finish um to do all the routes for a visual novel. You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight YT moderation. See the moderation on the on the male side, I feel like isn't too bad. It's the female side that's like a little. Like it's uh, uh a little bit questionable, but like the male side's fine. Male side's fine. Um. Anyways, happy Pride. We're gonna be romancing the men today. Uh. Let us hop in. We're gonna start. Actually, yeah, the start screen's also gonna be me fighting YT moderation. So we're gonna show it quickly to be like, hey, this is the game, and then we're gonna jump into it. So here we go. Is it gonna load? I always forget how long it takes for this to load. There we go. Ah, YT moderation. Demonetized an account that hasn't been monetized. Whoa. Okay, so this is where we left off with the story. I think where did we leave? So this is the one. This is the branch where it splits off between Iori's route and Daichi's route. Not going towards the voice is Daichi. Going towards the voice is Iori. So we're gonna go towards the voice, and that's why I think that I'm gonna be able to finish this today because a lot of like Daichi's route was like a good chunk of Daichi's route was no, I would say half of Daichi's route was before this point. So I think Iori's route might be a little shorter just because just because half of it is like talking to Daichi. But anyways, we're gonna go here. We heard a voice in the alley, and the voice sounds like Iori, which Daichi has already told us to try and avoid because Iori is a dude from his past that is bad news, and we find out that Iori's working for what was it? Iori is working for Daichi's old manufacturing company and is chasing down Daichi to bring him back because Daichi was a prototype that escaped the factory. I th- I'm like 90% sure that was the story. So rather than talking to Daichi about stuff, we're gonna go towards Yordi's voice and we're gonna talk to him about his side of the story. Anyways, here we go. Oh, before we start, how is everyone? I guess I can do that. How is everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. It's Friday today, so it's gonna be good start to the weekend, and then yeah, oh, I'm looking forward to. I don't know. Am I even gonna be able to sleep in? I don't sleep in anymore because I have to take meds at a specific time of day. I miss sleeping in. I'll say that much. I have to take my meds at the same time every day, and the time that I decided to do that was 7 a.m. So now I have to. I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah. Anyways, let's go. I'm going towards Yodi's voice. And there he is! Easy. And we're getting a screenshot of this, obviously. Hold on. Print screen. Okay. I guess we could have started talking now while I get the screenshot. It's fine. And this overall. There we go. Screenshots. This would be screenshot 28. Oh my gosh, we're taking 28 screenshots. Paint.net. Load. I need to figure out if there's like a screenshot hotkey, or I could just hit screenshot and it saves it directly as a PNG rather than putting it to clipboard and then me having to make it like this. File, save as. JPEG. Screenshot 28. Also the music. Oh my gosh, wait, is the music giving? Okay, music's playing. There we go. Okay, alright. And now back to the game. Did you know Daichi? I was told not to get involved, but as expected, I couldn't leave him alone, so I called out to him. And now he's found me. I was worried about him, but he was just too busy to talk to me. What happened to your leg? Daichi's friend tended him. Right leg was severely damaged from the knee down. He fell down hard and came in contact with something, or maybe it's just deterioration after time. I don't know why I can't read. But if you're a friend of Daichi's, I can't just leave you there. Okay.
大地君が今どこにいるか知ってる？彼ならどうにかしてくれるだろうし、呼んでくれると助かるんだけどな。
Oh, that's funny. Because we know that he's supposed to be searching for him to bring him back to the company, right? And he's all, now here he is being like, "Oh, do you know where Daichi is right now? You can tell me." I don't really know what's going on, but you were kind of ambushing me before, weren't you? Oh, double. Okay.
そういうことでいいですよ。で、呼び出せそう？はい？いいえ？どっち
？I'm sure it'll come if I call him, but occupational hazard. I'm too worried about my legs. Or his legs, maybe. There are parts scattered around. I want to quickly retrieve them all and fix them. That's all I can think about right now. Aww. I'll do some light repairs, then we'll wait at my place until Daichi arrives.
なるほどね。悪くないか。そういうことならセーフティー解除してくださいよ。首んとこにスイッチあるでしょ。解除しないとロックかかってなんもできないんすわ。
Oh. Isn't the lock supposed to be so that he can't move? Oh, maybe that's what it is. I didn't know they have a safety. I've never seen one before. Is this okay? I pushed a flashing switch around his neck. The lock seemed to be safely unlocked, and his tense shoulders and fingertips relaxed. I just have to carry it all by myself. I'll lend you my shoulder and you can carry it all the way to our workshop. Hey Mix, do you still make videos? I make the occasional video. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hello, YouTube chan. Also, I'll put the occasional video up. Usually when I'm not able to stream. That's typically the case. If I'm not able to stream. Oh wait, I'm Repto. Oh hi Repto. Welcome to stream. Yeah, no, I typically make videos so that I can have something uploaded when I'm not streaming. Like if I take a break or something. Alt account? No worries, no worries. Welcome to stream. We're doing some light mechabare visual novel reading. I let my shoulder and tried to support half of his weight, but it was strangely light. It was half the weight I imagined. Whoa, he's light? Oh no, we know about that. Yeah. Gonna fix up his arm, fix up his leg. The music's very intimate. You have to think of it. Most of the scattered parts were made of resin. Perhaps few metal parts were used. Legs are a particularly strong part of the body. The workshop is about a 10-minute walk from here.
それぐらいなら大丈夫じゃないですかね。
Yeah, we'll be fine. Fine. He's well dressed. Oh my god. Like the freaking like clean cut, like the clean pants and the crisp shirt wasn't fine at all. It wasn't fine at all. The actual androids are lighter than the other. The actual androids are lighter than the other androids, but they still weigh about as much as a person. Oof. No. Okay, wait. What does this say? Why am I translating these? Okay. What does this say? But looking at it again, it is actually quite badly damaged. So we're re-looking at the leg. Apparently it's more damaged than we thought. I wonder what they would have done if I hadn't passed by. How pouty. Oh, his little blush. Ooh. I'm sure it's obvious since it's so damaged, but there are quite a few broken lines. Wait, what? Oh, don't worry. He said, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry, we'll just replace it with a new one. It's not that difficult, just that it takes a little bit of time to do the end work. I checked the stock of wires. There are enough. If he were to repair it alone, he could get by with this much. At any rate, let's start by removing the useless wires. As he takes a breath and takes first aid measures, he hears a knock at the door from the front porch. Oh?
センスから呼び出すなんて珍しいね。で、要件は
He doesn't seem to be very friendly, but he is Daichi's friend. So he called out to Daichi anyway, so no. Oh no. I saw the eyes of Daichi's friend tentative light up. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was such a sharp glint like a hyena that has found its prey. Well, that's different.
Wow! 本日の主役登場！紙吹雪とか手土産とか用意しとけばよかった。いろいろ気が利かなくてごめんよ、太一くん。
That's so funny. So in Daichi's route, like they freaking met in the middle of a abandoned lot, and he has a gun to his head. Meanwhile, here, Iori's being repaired, and then she just comes back to the shop to find him here. Then she slides his gaze fearfully. The other end of the line is, of course, Daichi's friend. The friend's smile gradually faded, while Daichi's expression clouded over.
ずーっと本社に顔を出さないじゃない。だからもう心配で心 敗でさ。つい家庭訪問しちゃったってわけよ。敵情視察とも言うか。
お
いつかこんな日が来るだろうとは思ってましたけどね。想定の5倍倍は早かったな。先生、いおりと友達になってたんだ。
友達
5回 ?5 回さすが大地くんだね。その頭の中にはスパコンが入ってるのかな。その割にはずいぶん小さいようだね。頭悪質な容量差にはクーリングオフされちゃうよ。
Fancy fraud will get you fully operated. What? This android is called Iori, apparently. We knew that. My impression the moment they met was, seriously, they looked like they're really incompatible. Iori's route is so chill compared to Daichi's. That's so funny. I have a pretty good idea that they don't get along. Daichi's friend is injured, so I thought I had to fix it, and here we are. As you'd expect, I can't leave things like this unattended when I see them.
状況は大体分かってますよ。そうだろうなと思った。友人ではないけど、先生が善意でしたことだから、俺からどうこう言うつもりはないよ。
Oh, Daichi. I appreciate your quick understanding.
その様子だとまともに動けないんだろうね。危ないもの持ってない？先生に迷惑かけてない？
Oh, Daichi's protective of us. Cute. I collected everything that looks dangerous and put it there. I could not read Iordi's background at all, so I just did a body check when I let him into the workshop. As it turns out, he had quite a bit dangerous things. something that looked like a gun, something that looked like handcuffs, something that looked like a flashbang. Oh my god! Wait, did he use a flashbang in Daichi's route? I don't remember. Was it? I know the gun and handcuffs. He had handcuffs with him. And he had a gun with him. Did he use a flashbang? He had a flashbang with him this whole... Oh, maybe? Maybe when we were cornered in like one of the rooms. I don't remember. I took them all out and laid them out on the table.
押収品一覧みたいになってる。
There's so many suspicious items that if I were to be interrogated, I'd be out in a heartbeat. I'm not sure how he didn't get caught before. This is very heavy. Is it an air gun?
お、気になるね、気になるね。よし、試してみよう。大地くんの頭に一発、ワンショット、ワンキル決めちゃって。
This man is like, oh, you think it's an air gun? Why don't we test it by shooting Daichi? No. I thought better of it. Yeah, good. Oh my gosh. No kidding. You said something about the head office. Does that mean you two are from the same manufacturer? Do you mean they're the same manufacturer, but they're from what? Do you mean they're from the same manufacturer, but they're from the same group?
ああ、それはね。もう大地くんって本当にどうしようもない子でね。ちょっと前にとんでもないコンプライアンス違反をしたもんだから。
コーヒーどうぞ。
No.
いただきます。
Itadakimasu. Bon appetit. I kind of find it funny that the English translation of itadakimasu is bon appetit. Is there really no? I guess there isn't really an English translation to it. Except for the... That's funny.
今喋ってる途中だろうが。
Oh yeah, was Iori's thing? Like Iori will like automatically reply to thanks or something? Is it bon appetit English? Bon appetit? Bon appetit is French. Bon apple teeth is English. Oh yeah, I remember that. Well, I found out about in EO lockdown, but we'll see, we'll see. Oh no, I'm joking, Luder. It's a joke, Luder. It's a joke. Bon appetit is French, just like good appetite, and then people joke about mispronouncing bon appetit as bone apple teeth in English. What? Wait, what's going on here? What was that? But it's great that you can say itadakimasu properly.
反射だわ。挨拶されたら絶
Mhm.
対返す。礼はちゃんと言う。俺の意思とは関係なく、そういう風にプログラムされてんの。
I always say bon appetit, everyone. Didn't say anything wrong. Them I am. Uh, no. No. I mean, like, it's a pronunciation thing. You say it's bon appetit, but like, I guess with an accent, it might sound like bon appetit. I guess it is bone, like, pronunciation wise, it's bon appetit, but it's spelled bon. But the pronunciation is like bone. Hold on, wait. Bon appetit. I think it's bon appetit. With the I think in a deeper French accent, it sounds like bone. So what am I supposed to say when someone's eating? No. Bon appetit. Bon appetit's fine. Bon appetit is totally fine. Hello, beautiful streamer. How Tiger Eater? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna greet you happy birthday now because I'm not gonna be able to stream on Monday. So happy birthday, Tailgater. I was like, yeah, your birthday's on Monday and I stream on Monday, so I'll greet you then. But I'm busy on Monday. Sorry. So happy birthday, happy early birthday, Tailgater, and I'll greet you again on when I stream on Wednesday. Happy early birthday. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you have a fun birthday on Monday. But yeah, I was just saying, bon appetit. Bon appetit sounds like an Undertale push. Oh my god, it kind of does. But yeah, no, it's. I think bone bone appetit is like if you're is like closer to like saying it with the proper accent. I think. Don't quote me on that. I've been saying bon appetit, but like I guess it can sort of sound like bone appetit. Yeah, we'll soon albino. I can still call me. Hopefully it gets better by your birthday. Um, but yeah, where were we? Okay, so he already reflexively replies back to greetings. He's reflexively polite and he hates it.
こらこら、吠えない、吠えない。人間にはプログラムなんてないんだから。そうやって急に怒ったりしたらびっくりしちゃうでしょ。
Must be very difficult not to be able to go against the program. Iori is especially notorious for this, and it seems that he always responds in a certain way to certain words. However, if he can say thank you and greet people properly, that's more than a strength and a weakness. At first, I thought it might be troublesome. Oh, excuse me. At first, I thought he might be a troublesome android, but perhaps it's not so bad.
不良が野良犬に餌やって株上がるみたいな現象起きてるよ、先生。一応、この人、チャカ持ってましたからね。
That's true. I looked again at the items displayed on the table. They all felt reasonably heavy in my hands, and did not look like children's toys. If anything, I could smell gunpowder in Iori's bag. No, I want to believe it's a cigarette. Though I doubt he breathes through his lungs, I've never heard of androids smoking cigarettes.
しかし大地君ってこんななんつうの雰囲気のあるとこでメンテ受けてたんだ。まあドブネズミみたいな生き方してる大地君にはお似合いなんだろうけどさ。ああ、本社のクリーンルームが恋しいわ。
Oh, he's used to being pampered. Whoa, little pretty boy here is used to used to being worked on in the clean room.
文句あるなら本社に帰ればいいのに。そこの段ボールに詰めて速達で変装しようか。あと、作業場はちょっと汚いぐらいが居心地いいんだよ。
Yeah. That you may have thought he was giving me a covering shot. But about half the time he was hitting me in the back. Oh my gosh. Oof. It's fine if it's messy. Boom. Spam detected. Good job, Siribot. Oh my god, it happened twice. Good job, Siribot. It's true that I haven't made much progress since tidying up and cleaning, but being told this makes me feel like I have to do it right. Oh, ad break on Twitch. Hey, let's chill for a bit. How are we doing, everyone? I guess we can talk a little bit about plans for next week. I'm gonna be busy Monday. Hit the like button for you. Thank you. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for liking the stream. What was I saying? Monday I will be busy, so I'm gonna release something, maybe. I think I have a short ready to release. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. And then Wednesday will be Hollow Knight Silk Song. We're gonna continue with the Underdark. I want to say Underdark, but I don't think it's called the Underdark. And then this Friday, I'm gonna be playing Umamusume Pretty Derby because the Thursday before is the release of a new support card, and there's a technique with that support card and a different one to make like consistent SS rank Umas. We're gonna try that out on stream next Friday. So some Uma Musume Pretty Derby. It's a little break from the VN stuff, I suppose. Anyways, we're back from break. Welcome back to Twitch chat. Let us continue on with the video or with the stream.
大地君にはわかんないか。修理班呼ぶのも金がかかるんだよ。金。経費削減で簡単に呼べないんだわ。あと、誰かさんの創作費もバカになんないし。ま、それもそろそろ解決するんだけどさ。それにね、大地君が今ここにいるって知ってるのは俺だけなんだから、他のやつにはまだ知らせたくないんだよ。手柄を他人によこす気はねえし、今すぐにでも大地君の首根っこ掴んで連れ帰りたいのが本音なんだわ。
はいはい。でもその体じゃ無理でしょ。君がここにいるの別に納得してるわけじゃないけど、先生はこういうの見過ごせない人だって分かってるし。
This is so funny to go through knowing that if we don't help Iori, then we end up in this like shooter scenario in Daichi's route. Oh my gosh.
そりゃそうだ。じゃなきゃ大地君をかくまったりしないだろうからね。
Thank you! Welcome to the stream. Hello YouTube chat. We're reading some mechabare VN stuff. Happy Pride. Thanks for popping in. How's it going?
にしても、結構派手にやったな。結構パーツ飛んだんじゃないの？
A lot of parts. Yes, I did. Daichi's word reminded me of something. I left some parts where I had picked up Iori earlier, so I have to go retrieve them. Most of them were exoskeleton parts under the skin. But if there were expensive sensors or other parts mixed in with the exoskeleton parts, it would be troublesome. Oh, yeah. Let's make this their chat aside. Oi! Seikyu, you don't start this again. It comes back after a while and immediately starts stirring shit. Come on. Classic. Daichi, I'm gonna go get some parts. I don't think he's gonna be able to move. Hey, don't look at me like that. If it's this damage, you never know what might happen. We don't want him to suddenly catch fire or something.
嫌よりの嫌。嫌の禁じだけど、まあ、先生がそう言うなら仕方ないな。
I don't like it's supposed to finish me well. Doctor says so. Can't be helped. I wish I recommended not too long, not too short game called Drowning in a Sea of Blue. It's cute, very pretty, also free. You speak in my language, Repto. Hold on. I'll look it up. What am I? Drowning in a sea of blue? Ish.io. Nice, nice. Just gonna play Tower Fantasy. Stop! World is ending. The outside world is a wide expanse of nothing. In your game, also exploration. Okay, as 3 hours. Okay. Existential dread. I think maybe this State of Blue. Okay, maybe. Okay, sure. See if I can add it to the list. This is gonna be prayer stuff. All right. Good luck. Good luck, Seiki. Okay, where were we? So we have to leave Daichi and Iori alone in the room while we go get go back to where we found Iori and collect his stuff. This is North of Oi, Seiki. Nah. You could have some light convo. I'm not gonna say anything. When you straight up ignore me, we're gonna have a problem. It's my stream, excuse me. Saw that heart. I'll be home soon. Okay. Back to the novel. I'll be home soon. Now we're scrounging around for any parts that we had left. I ran out the workshop and returned to where Iori was. There are some parts that seem to be custom made, so I want to collect as many as possible. Are we so bummed? There they are. I pick up the parts one by one and throw them into a paper bag. Many of the parts were the same ones that could be found anywhere, and no particularly expensive part seems to be used. Passerbys pass with dubious looks on their faces. It must have been strange to be so desperate to pick up generic parts that can be found anywhere. But I didn't want to miss out on any hard to find parts, so I collected the scattered parts from one end to the other. Okay, I guess that's about it. I'm done collecting parts. The cat didn't take them. This is probably all of them. Some of the resin parts are broken, so I use a 3D printer to make something similar. I try to increase the thickness of the parts that are not strong enough to be used. I'm sure it won't break so easily this time, so don't worry. So, did they get... Did you two get along while I was away? I had an uneasy feeling as if I had left my older dog and a newly arrived shelter dog at home. Oh no! I left the workshop thinking that there might have been a big fight, but there were no signs of any particular outburst. Are these two characters fanboys? No, these two are androids. The two androids that we were taking care of. There's a large number of coffee cups are lined up on the table between Daichi and Iori. I guess it must have contained a lot of things. A lot of things. They say itadakimasu quite a few times. Oh no. Even taking into that into account, they seem to be getting along reasonably well.
先生さんさ、こいつと毎日喋っててよく疲れないね。話聞いてるだけで CPU すげえ食うんですけど。
Oi. Glad you had a good chat with him. I'm happy for you. I was wondering what we would do if we were both silent while I was out.
手足が出ないって思ったら意外と喋れたよ。結局何が嫌って切れた時に何するかがわからないところだったんだよね。今は口しか出ない分、ちゃんと会話のキャッチボールしてくれるよ。ねえ、イオリン。
Aww. Daichi's getting along with Iori. Iori's still bitter about everything.
はあ、何それ。硫化リンみたいなあだ名つけやがって。てか、ほぼあんた一人で喋ってただろ。
I still don't know if the two of them get along or not. I mean, I don't know. Both are androids. I'm guessing the company brand that makes them obviously from Samsung. Then I think who's the company name again? It was. I think the story with these two is that. The overall story is that we live in a world where androids are like commonplace, and the city that we have moved into is one where androids and humans interact like on a day-to-day basis. They interact normally on a day-to-day basis, and we're taking over our like grandparents' old. Oh shoot, what was it? We are mechanics. We're like a Samsung. I don't care which kind of stories that these two are from Samsung, bruh. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like we are we are a mechanic that are providing maintenance for androids, and the story is like the story unfolds from there essentially. So Daichi used to be Daichi is a prototype that escaped the factory because he hated being tested on, and Iori's supposed to be hired by the company to like track down Daichi, and yet here they are just sort of chilling while Iori's being repaired. But yes, okay, with that brief summary, back to the story. I guess they didn't know each other very well because they didn't interact with each other much before. I don't know if they're good friends or not. I don't know. Daichi was trying very hard to stop me. This is Daichi. Daichi is like golden retriever. He's very pure and precious, and we love him. He already is like Chihuahua. He yaps a lot. He's like a little aggressive. Oh, he doesn't yap a lot, but he's very like, maybe not Chihuahua, more like Bulldog. Daichi was trying very hard to stop me, but earlier you said something about non-compliance, didn't you? Is that the reason? Something like a fight or something? Rather than your intentions, the company's intentions, something like that?
質問が多い。人間っていっつもそうだけど、質問1個に3個はぶち込んでくるよね。あと、先生さんってコンプラ意識低い？違反するとかやばいから、普通に。
Certainly, non-compliance is a problem. However, we don't know what exactly Daichi did now. I guess technically we don't know Daichi's backstory on Iori's route. But we've already done Daichi's route, so we know what's going on. I'm patronizing him in some ways, but Daichi doesn't seem like he would do something like that on a regular basis. I have a feeling that there might be some misunderstanding. What?
細かい話は面倒だし言う義理もないから省くけど、簡単に言うと大地君は俺たちを裏切ったんだよ。で、野放しにするわけにいかねえから、俺たちは大地君を必死になって探してたってわけ。見つけたら拘束して本社に突き出して社内裁判にかけるんですわ。ま、極刑待ったなしだろうよ。満場一致ではいさよならってね。ああ、そうだそうだ。極刑といえば最後に食いたいもんあれば聞くって社長言ってたよ。アンドロイドのくせに食いたいもんとか意味わかんねえけど。希望ある？
その日に植えた柿とかかな。
Persimmons, oh. He's going to live for 8 years.
こいつマジでさ。先生さんがいない間ずっとこういう感じだったんですよ。さっき2時間ぐらい外出してたでしょ。丸々2時間これよ。大地君、会話って概念とか定義とか知ってる？
She seems to be catching up on our conversation. She seems to be catching up on conversation because sometimes he does it in the direction of the day after tomorrow, like a ball picker in a baseball team. Iori must have been tagging along. Conversely, the value of the relationship may have grown to the point where I'd be willing to go out with him. When you think about it, being bad at throwing the ball is kind of a talent. I wonder if it is.
イオリン、久しぶりに会うと印象変わったっていうか、前に会った時より丸くなったよね。マモ？もしかして感情プログラムも荒波に揉まれるとか、いろんな経験を経ると摩耗するのか？
Oh.
先生さん、こいつ会話のキャッチボール諦めて、いよいよ一人で玉乗り始めましたよ。いつもこうなんすか？
He always like this? Pretty much it.
まあ見た目より元気そうでよかったよ。マイナススタートだったけど、多分前より仲良くなれたっぽいし、何か欲しいものあったら言ってよ。次来るとき持ってくるから。じゃ、また明日。
Okay, goodbye.
また明日。
Oh.
いや、これは別に明日会いたいとかそういう意味じゃない。明日にでも捕獲して突き出してやるって意味だし。っていうか、プログラム通りの話だし。
Yeah, it's the other thing with Iori. He's programmed to always reply back politely to like to any sort of like greeting and stuff. But he hates it, so he ends up sounding like a tsundere. It's not like I beat it, I'm programmed to say it. It's great.
はいはい、わかってますよ。
Daichi's all chill about it. Like, yeah, I know. Iori, who had been forced to accompany Daichi, seems to have lost his temper. Bye.
さて先生さん、ちょっと提案があるんだけどさ。
As if waiting for Daichi to leave the workshop, Iori spoke up. Yeah. Among the recovered parts, there were some resin parts. Wait, computer. They are fine in themselves, but they are all strangely thin. No wonder they were damaged. He joined the pieces of the recovered resin parts, measured the dimensions. Measured the dimensions and modeled them with 3D software. If I wanted, I could modify the structure a little to make it stronger. And now the 3D printer is in the process of outputting the data. It's a tense moment. The nozzles seem to be having a bad time, and the resin sometimes splashed out or clogged up. Oh. Is that a thing? I feel like they're mixing up. Because resin printers are beds. Like single slice beds, and then versus like FDM printers is just a nozzle. I failed at least 4 times. It's probably time to replace it, but I just filled it with resin. Okay, this is a mood though. I'll think about replacing it after I use up the resin. The print failed 4 times. I want to replace the printer. Anyways, I hope it works this time.
ものに祈ってんの、マジ人間って感じだわ。
I don't want to make any more mistakes. It's going to be very important body parts, so you're gonna have to pray there too. Actually, let me see if we can get a screenshot of this, just in case there's a part 2 of this. I don't think there will be, but like just in case. I need to be mindful of like for potential thumbnails in the future. Oh. There we go. File, save as. Screenshot 29. Also, just like the lighting of this shot. It frames him pretty well. Okay. And we're back. I made some structural changes, and so when you get it right, I want you to test it out and walk around with it for a little bit. I've calculated and output everything properly. I don't know what to call it. Comfort? I think only you will know what it feels like. Oh, that's right. What was that proposal you were talking about earlier?
ああ、そうそう。先生さん興味あるかな？取引しない？応じてくれるなら。そうだな。この部屋がクリーンルームの端くれぐらいは綺麗になるかもね。
Try to take me up on it. Well, this room could be at least the edge of a clean room, huh? I'm sure we'll be dealing with precision instruments in the future, and it's tempting. But then she said it's better to be a little dirty. To be honest, I was a little disappointed. What's going on with my hand? To be honest, I was a little disappointed to hear him follow up like that. I said, and Iori chuckled. Iori smiled at me, and I could almost guess what he was going to propose to me.
それについては気にしなくていいよ。先生がどうしたいかって話。だって大地君はもう二度とここに来なくなるんだから。
He wants me to give up Daichi.
まあ、要は大地君の身柄をこっちに渡してほしいんだよ。彼には戻ってきて、やってもらわなきゃいけないことが山ほどある。
Remember, there's a reason why they want to bring him back, even if they had to grab him by the scruff of the neck. I'm getting the sense that there are some very disturbing nuances to this. So, what is it that I need you to do? Oh, what is it that you need me to do?
まず謝罪。ま、当然か。あとは、埋め合わせ。どんだけかかるかわかんねえけど、誰かさんの捜索費用、マジでバカになんないんだわ。で、全部済んだら処分ってとこか。
I hate to ask this, but when you say dispose of it, do you mean dispose of it? What? In light of what I've said so far, I'm pretty sure what I'm talking about here is not disciplinary dismissal or anything like that. I'm talking about something more serious.
ああ？何その顔。もしかして処分されんのかわいそうとか思ってる？おいおいおい、勘弁してくれよ。機械だぞ。機械に情移ってどうすんだよ。機械いじりしてんでしょ？だったら、その辺しっかりしてくんないとさ。
He's more than a machine to me. That's not a machine you're talking about, that's Daichi.
大地君は言ってしまえば不良品なの。壊れたものとかいらないものを捨てるだろ？
How dare you talk to Daichi about, talk like that about Daichi.
それと何にも変わらない。大地君も俺も人じゃなくて物なの。言ってることわかる？難しい？
Man, Iori may have a point. No, he doesn't! If we look at the root of invention, we can see that the machines were originally conceived to be used by something other than human beings. What? Therefore, if they are no longer useful, they are discarded. That much is not difficult to understand. However, as long as machines can think in this way and communicate with humans using a common tool called language, it is no longer that simple. I feel it is no longer that simple. Because they could learn to say, I don't like it, and use it appropriately. Some even complain of pain if they want. If I had a machine in front of me that complained of pain, would I be able to destroy it without hesitation? From that point of view of someone who fully understands their structure and thoughts, their programmed reactions, maybe it doesn't bother my conscience or anything. No. I don't know their thought processes, and if they were to tell me it hurts, I'd feel an illusion of pain in the same place. After talking to him a bit, I began to understand. He seems to condemn and despise Daichi, yet somewhat tolerate the same contradiction being pointed at him by others. He says things like an android is a thing, not a person, and no one has the right to refuse to dispose of an android for good reason. Though such self-depreciating words and actions are visible at every turn. The androids I have met so far have never been like that. I wonder how long it took him to come to this point of separation. What, I wonder, made him do so? As I listen to his story now, I thought that he must be having some kind of difficulty in living in his own way.
はい、出たわ。勝手に推測してなんとなく同情すんの。やめてくんない？
I shouldn't have done that. What was I thinking? What I was thinking was showing on my face. I didn't mean it in that way. At least I'm not in the habit of looking at androids as objects. I can't believe you called yourself a thing. Did someone tell you that? If I were in your shoes, I probably wouldn't keep my mouth shut. Of course, if someone were to call you a thing, I wouldn't want to hear it either. Oh,
ああ、
oh.
もういいです、そういうの。だるいんで。どういうリアクション求めてんのかもわかんないですし。
We do not see androids as objects. Exactly! We see androids as people. Up in here, in this house, androids are people too. I don't know what kind of people you've been involved with, and maybe someone at your company called you a thing. But I'm just saying, there are people like that. Oh. Oh, the output seems to be working this time. Oh, the 3D printer's ready? There seems to be no output error. Yay! I measured the thickness of the part with calipers. It's thick enough that it won't crack in a little bit. Okay, that's all there is. Alright, we're done! Ta-da! Tomorrow I'll put it on and walk to the nearest bar. It's rehab. If you belong to a certain environment or group of people for a long time, you lose a sense of what's normal for the rest of your life. You must have become too accustomed to an environment that calls androids things. The bar Overhaul is a gathering place for androids of all kinds, all of whom are different from Iori, and all of whom who are free to do as they please. They would never tolerate being called things. Oh, ad break. Alright. Wait, so is this? Okay, no, we'll talk about the story after the ad break, so the Twitch chat doesn't miss out. But yeah, take a break, get some water, do some stretches. Oh my gosh. Um, trying to think of like scheduling now. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing for July. Maybe July will be that game, the game that Repto recommended. But we'll see what else I end up doing. We'll see what I can fit it in though, because if it's a 1 to 3 hour game, we could probably do it in one, like on one stream, or I could do it as a video, and I could have it like, uh, I could have it, uh, I could have it on the back burner for when I go on a break, which is the other thing. Maybe I'll see if I can make like um, maybe I'll try to do like a poll on YouTube, and I'll ask y'all if I should do it as a live stream or as a video. We'll see. I don't know. I do not know. Alright, ad break is over. Welcome back, Twitch chat. Let us continue with the stream. So perhaps by interacting with them there, his way of thinking might change a little. I feel like Iori's route is like the good route for both Daichi and Iori. Because you not only is like does Daichi not have to go through, like Daichi and I don't have to go through all that struggle, but we're also able to rehabilitate Iori. If so, his relationship with Daichi might improve a little. How about we go to a bar tomorrow around the ambush before? He already had a dubious look on his face, though it was a natural reaction. It would certainly be strange to go to a bar just for rehabilitation. No, if I don't do this, they will refuse. If only there was something I could say to push him away. I'll say something like, "What if I say Daichi is coming?" Hearing my words, Yodi's eyes lit up like a beast that has caught its prey in its sights, and he nodded slowly. I assumed that he was free tomorrow since he had said, "I'll see you tomorrow," but I decided to text him just in case. I said, "I'll walk him to Overhaul tomorrow evening for Iori's rehabilitation." I told him Daichi would be there too. If you want, you can come accompany him to his rehabilitation. And I was, wow, congrats, Tailgater. Then, in just 30 seconds or so, a reply flies in. I can come! Hataha's there too. Oh, Hataha! Nice! He's coming, but seems Daichi's friend is there too. His friend is an android too, so don't tell him that androids are objects or anything like that.
はいはい。わかってるって。
Nice. The next day began with the repair of one of Iori's legs. The severed wire was replaced with a new one. Fortunately, the actuator part was not noticeably damaged and could be used as it was. Oh, nice. One by one, the upright resin parts were attached to the missing part of Iori. Although some changes were made from the original shape, the parts were installed without any problems. I thought it would have been better to make the part a little thicker and stronger from the beginning. Then the word expense that Iori mentioned yesterday came to mind. And then he thought of Iori's idea that an android is a thing. Perhaps they were not designed with the concept of operating a single unit for a long time. Oh. I got it all installed. Is it tight? I asked, but Iori didn't seem interested. I tried to suppress the urge to tell him, it's your body, you know. It's just the strongest resin I had on hand. But do you think you can walk?
大丈夫なんじゃないっすかね。こんな感じで。一応立てるっぽいし。まあ、歩くのも大丈夫でしょう。
Oh. Oh. Suddenly, Iori stood up, and I heard a squeaking sound from the plastic parts attached to it. It seems like there's a certain amount of load on it, but it looks fine for now. Before I can give him any instructions, he walks around the work area to check the feel of the parts. Apparently, the walking function is fine. I'll go to Overhaul for we'll go to Overhaul for rehabilitation. But it's not that far. I'm sure Daichi will be waiting for us. I pushed Iori, who was a little heavy, on his back and left the workshop. And this is Daichi and Hatoha. Daichi and Hatoha were sitting in the corner of Overhaul. Daichi noticed me and waved his hand in a big gesture. Aww. You don't have to do that. You're big enough to see me. I'm glad you're here today. Anyway, he already said that he didn't want to go out with Daichi.
いや、言ってない。断じて言ってない。
また似たようなことは言ってたんでしょ。あんまり先生を困らせちゃダメって言ったのに。
そんで、そっちの人は誰？てか、よく見たら首にタトゥー彫ってる。怖い人？もしかして怖い人だったりすんのかな？
Perhaps this is the first time Hataha and Iori have met. Hataha, trying not to make waves, but awkwardly is probing Iori. I guess he's not the type of person I've had much contact with.
怖い人じゃないって言い切りたいけど、多分そう、部分的にそうって感じ？イオリンはね、まあ簡単に言えば兄弟みたいなとこかな。
Like a brother to me. Meanwhile, Iori's trying to freaking hunt him down.
不慮の事故で離れ離れになっちゃって、お互いずっと探してたんだ。そんでこの前、ほんと数年ぶりにばったり会ってね。あの時は嬉しかったな。嬉しすぎて、両目の電磁弁も崩壊したよ。
はあ？見事に全部嘘なんだけど。あと、そんなとこに電磁弁ないのは俺が一番よく知ってんだけど。
He's trying to romanticize it, and he's like, what the hell are you talking about? Oh my god. Oh well, let Daichi say what he wants. Let me translate that. 1 second. We'll handle things well, and it's probably better than me interfering and making Hatoha suspicious. Wait. Where's Hatoha's name here? Iori. Huh? I don't know. I spoke to Iori in a voice so loud that Hataha and Daichi couldn't hear me. He seemed to be the type of guy who is emotional and his words tend to be prickly. And if possible, I don't want him to talk too much here. Oof. He seemed unconvinced, but said nothing more for the time being.
兄弟いるとか知らんかったわ。いや、マジで。てか、なんで今まで教えてくれなかったの？カメラないよな。急にそんなカミングアウトされたらドッキリか何かと思っちゃうって。でもそっか。そうなんだ。大地も俺と同じで一人っきだと思ってたから、なんか置いていかれた感あるわ。俺はいないからそう思うのかもしれないけど、兄弟いるのっていいよね。やっぱり兄弟だけの秘密とか、なんかそういうのってあったりすんの？あとは困った時にお互い助け合うとかさ。
Such a mood. Being an only child and looking at people with siblings, being like, is it nice to have siblings? Ooh.
するする。イオリンはすぐあれやってこれやってって頼んでくるからね。昨日は瓶の蓋が硬いから開けてとか言ってきて、こう見えて結構甘えん坊で可愛いところあるんだよね、イオリン。
ああ、そうですね。そうだったかもしれないですね。記憶にありませんけど。
Daichi, I feel sorry for you if you talk about such things in front of others. Oh, what is this? Even Daichi has things he doesn't want others to hear, right? I let the matter drop and then ask Iori again. I understand your feelings. Oh my god, sorry. Oh. I understand your feelings, but let's leave it at that for now, okay?
どいつもこいつも。つか、助け舟出すの下手すぎ。無駄に肯定してどうすんだ。
It's so good. I'm sorry about that, but I couldn't find any better words to follow up. If I denied it, it would sound weird.
で、なんで今日はその兄弟で会うって話になったの？俺、大地とここで会う約束はしてたけど、それ以外の細かいことは全然知らなくて。だから先生とイオリンが来るって直前まで知らなかったんだよ。
Iori actually, one of his legs is injured. I just finished repairing it, but I thought I'd ask Daichi to come along with me for rehabilitation.
ああ、そういうことなんだ。なるほどね、なるほどね。聞けば聞くほど仲良し兄弟って感じでいいね。
はあ？どこをどう解釈したらそんな言葉に。
Iori's like experiencing love for the first time, and he's like, "What is this?"
コーヒーどうぞ。
お、
いただきます。
何今の？一瞬半端ないキレが発生した気がするんだけど、気のせいかな。すっごい瞬間風速だったような。かと思えばスンってしたけど、さすがに気のせいかな。
Please don't say any. Please don't say any more unnecessary things. Bon appetit, summoned again.
ま、こんな高度な人工知能入ってれば、天気みたいに突然不安定になることもありますわな。
I said, I managed to restrain my mouth as Iori was about to yell out in a loud voice. Let's say something appropriate and leave this place for a while to calm down. That's right, Iori. Let's go get some snacks. I'll go get some refreshments. Look, there's, Capres. Yep, do you like it, Capres? I stood Iori up, who was leaning forward, and took him out of the bar, dragging him halfway. Okay, let's go. Overhaul.
いや、やばいでしょ、あいつマジで。息をするみたいに次から次に適当なことを言ってくれちゃってさ、今も何言ってかわかんねえし。
Oh my gosh. I was going to say Daichi isn't breathing, but decided not to, since he and Daichi are characters who say things they don't want to hear. I think Hataha believes in it. Believed it in a good way, so I think they worked out that way. And Hataha, who didn't know anything about it, might have been floating around in a strange way. That would have been pitiful, wouldn't it?
てか、俺は今まであんなのを必死になって追ってたわけ。本社はあんなのを連れ帰るためにバカみたいな費用をかけてたってことですよね。命令だから520番を絶対に捕獲しねえとって思って今までいろんなとこ探し回ってで、ターゲット本人はあれでしょ。危ない目にも何度かあったんですよ。でもその間も520番はあんな感じでずっとヘラヘラやってたってことでしょ。
That's so funny. Like all this time I've been chasing after him, and this is what he's like. What's the point?
ああ、急に全部アホらしくなってきたな。本当にコンプラ違反できるほどの知能あるんかね、あれは。
Now you already started to question everything. I wonder if by number 520 you mean Daichi? As far as I know, he's always been like that. But you know Daichi's a prototype. He seems to have a complex about that. I think he's probably gone through a lot of hardship in his own way. I think that's why he's lending a hand to Iori like this.
俺は手を貸せなんて言ってないですよ。520番を監視下に置きたいだけ。それ以上でもそれ以下でもない。
Under surveillance. Ooh. You may be, but that means the other side isn't. I'm sure he came because he thought that his coming would spark Iori's desire for rehabilitation.
ああ、そうですかい。先生さん。大志くんから通訳料もらった方がいいんじゃない？
Oh my god, excuse me. I thought I would consider it positively. Oh, back in the bar?
でさ、
There.
そこで俺は思ったわけよ。これってもしかしてシュレディンガーの猫ってやつなんじゃないかって。
Huh?
確かに。やっぱ機密文書は粉々にしないとだもんな。
それはシュレッダーにガーってやつだね。いや、何の話？
What? Back at the bar, Daichi and Hataha were having a lively conversation about something completely unrelated. I was in the bar. I'm sure you figured it out by now, but Daichi is like this with everyone.
いちいちイライラしててもしゃあないって感じ。わかりましたよ。なんか泣いてんなーぐらいに思っとくんで。
yapping about? At last, they no longer even recognize me as a language. At any rate, they took my seat again. Before I knew it, the table was lined with snacks and refreshments.
ああ、それ、ハトバのおごりらしいんで、先生とイオリンもどうぞ。
いただきます。
Itadakimasu.
えんやでえんやで。こうやってちゃんといただきますって言ってもらえるの嬉しいよね。おごりがいがあるよね。足りなかったら適当にオーダーしてもいいから。先生も。
Aw. Today's Hataha is in high spirits. When he looks at the menu, he naturally looks for the most expensive item.
ああ、待って待って。そのちっちゃいトーストみたいなやつ。それ結構辛いから注意してよ。
Ooh.
で、その隣にあるのは食用花のシャーベットだって。味の想像はできないけど面白そうじゃない？話の種になりそうだなって思って1個頼んじゃった。
I'm sure androids use electricity as their energy source, right? I don't think you need to eat. I'm not so sure. But I'm not so sure.
いらないといえばいらないけど、ほらあるじゃん、雰囲気を楽しむってやつ。
Just ordering food because he likes the atmosphere of it. That's kind of funny.
人間だって何言ってるかわかんねえなって思いながら海外の歌聞いたりするでしょ。それと似てるんじゃない？あとやっぱりそれなりに人間と交流を図ろうと思うとさ、こっちだけ何も食べないってわけにはいかないでしょ。
I feel like I'm being called out, me listening to J-pop. I don't understand what they're saying.
まあそういうの抜きにしてもさ、本来しなくていいことをするってめっちゃ贅沢だよね。アンドロイドの食事ってまさにそれっていうか。
Huh. For him, a meal seems to be a measure of whether or not he can afford it. The edible flower sorbet was just enough for everyone around the table to take a bite, but it was still bitter enough to remember for a while. I thought it would taste like that because I used to suck nectar from flowers when I was a child. Oh, but the flower buried in the sorbet tasted like grass without any muddiness. When I finished eating it, I noticed a small lemon syrup placed next to it. Apparently, this was originally meant to be poured over it. Hataha seemed to like him after Iori's itadakimasu. In the latter half of the meal, he was more talkative than Daichi, and never tired of talking about one topic after another to Iori. There was no room for conversation, so I watched him idly, and before I knew it, it was time to close the restaurant. Wow! We're getting along!
俺こういう関係広い方じゃないし、普段イオリンみたいなタイプと絡まないからさ。今日はイオリンと友達になれて本当に良かったよ。正直初めて見た時は、うわタトゥー入ってるじゃん、やべえのが来たって思っちゃったけど、やっぱり大地の兄弟ってだけあって話してみると案外普通で安心したよ。
案外？ああ、そう。そりゃあ良かったんじゃないの？
あ、そうだ。連絡先教えてくれない？あと暇な時にメッセージ飛ばしてもいい？おはようとかおやすみとか毎日送っちゃうタイプなんだけどさ、それでもいい？
Cute.
ああ、そういうタイプっすか。別にいいっすよ。時差あるんで数日後に返すかもしれないけど。
Get back to you in a few days because of the time difference.
時差ある？なんでよ。まあそれでもいいよ。イオリンがあるって言ってるんだからあるんだろうし。
Time difference. You on about?
じゃあ俺そろそろ帰るけど、とりあえず家着いたらメッセージ送るね。それには返事してよね。それじゃお疲れです。
お疲れです。
お疲れ様です。
Cute. Been a productive time. Awkward atmosphere flowered from the moment Hataha disappeared. I realized that the presence of Hataha, whom I know nothing about, was somewhat like a buffer.
お疲れ様ですもちゃんと言うんだ。やっぱ偉いなヨリンは。人間でもアンドロイドでもその辺ちゃんとしてる子って結構少なかったりするからね。
Oh my god, excuse me.
いや、むしろ人間が一番言わないでしょ。なんで自分たちができないことをアンドロイドに仕込んでるのか、謎すぎ。
I keep staring at like the grooves in Iori's arms. Luck? Ooh. This apartment wants to like feel the grooves around Iori's arms. I'm sorry. I just want to feel how they feel when he like turns his arms and stuff.
わかるわ。本社の人も不愛想だしね。
Look at him how pouty. I want to pat his head. Seems like the atmosphere at the headquarters they speak of is not so good.
イオリンも俺みたいに本社から脱出すればいいのに、ここは気楽でいいよ。なあ、もちろん代わりの仕事は何か見つけないとだけど。
Oh my gosh, sorry, excuse me. I'm still waking up from that nap. Oh.
大地君みたいに自分の役割を簡単に捨てられるような人にはいいんだろうよ。でもね、世の中の全員が大地君みたいな手札を持ってるわけじゃないし、それをひけらかすのって相当性格悪いと思うけどね。
Oh.
はい、傷つきました。今傷つきました。メンタルのモースコード10はあるけど、モースコード100のチクチク言葉で傷つけられました。しかも角のとこでギッてやられました。
What are you saying? Thank you, what the hell?
もしイオリンが状況を変えたいと思ってるなら俺も手伝うしさ。いや、もちろんやれる範囲の話だけどね。
Aww. I'll get back to you on that. It's getting late now, so let's head back to the workshop. It would be a nuisance to keep talking in front of the bar, and Daichi would have to work tomorrow, so let's call it a night. I turned to Iori with this in mind and noticed that he was a little wobbly. Is there something wrong with you? Maybe a leg? Parts didn't fit? That's funny, I thought he designed it right. I squatted down on the spot to check the leg of Iori. As far as I could see, one of the parts seemed to be broken. When? At what point? At least it seemed fine until I came here. The other parts look fine, but I would have to take a closer look to be sure. If something was wrong, you should have told me. I'll have to have a structural overhaul.
別に全然歩けないってわけじゃない。一旦本社まで戻りますよ。体勢立て直さないことにはどうしようもないんで。
その状態で本社まで？いや、それは結構距離あるから無理だと思うけどね。
I don't think it's possible.
ここは一旦先生の作業場に帰らない？本社に戻る途中で動けなくなってしまいましたなんてことになったら先生も俺も助けられないしさ。
さっきから助けるとかどうとか何なんだよ。大地君さ、
Yeah.
そもそも俺が何のためにここに来たか分かってんの？
He's supposed to be hunting him down. You're already supposed to be hunting Daichi down, and yet here we are just like helping him out with stuff.
あんたを回収して容疑者として突き出すためだよ。その後はどうなると思う？本社の意向知ってんだろ。だったら何なのその余裕そうな態度。やっぱりあんたは何も分かってないんだね。自分の立場も自分がしたことの重大さも、そのせいでバカみたいにでかいしわ寄せがこっちに来てるってことも何もかもさ。
Oh my god. The dogs. Oh my gosh. The eyes of the humans and androids passing by seem to be cold, if not a bit offended. Okay, let's put the fighting to rest. It'll be a nuisance if we make too much noise. Let's go back to the workshop for now. If you want to talk, let's calm down there. Iori probably didn't think he would be able to walk home. He didn't say anything more back. He turned his back to him and began to walk towards the workshop. Back to the workshop. He turned to face the workshop and began to walk. I'm sorry for helping you carry it. What's going on? Oh, my heart, thank you for everything done. You have a lot to me. Oh, thank you. Thank you for thank, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate the support. I hope you continue to enjoy the streams.
いいよいいよ。こんな時のために顔出したんだから。先生もいおりも今日一日よく頑張りました。
Yeah. I took another good look at the damaged parts. The cracked part was the part that acted like a bone in human terms. It was apparently unable to withstand the compressive strength that occurred when walking. Oh! It's supposed to be thicker than the original part, but in this case, it's probably a problem with the material itself. I can't think of any parts that can replace it, but resin is a no-go for now. Oh, ads are running. A little heavier, but I have no choice but to use steel here. It's not that complicated, so I can cut out a piece of steel, pound it a little, and bend it. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're waiting a little bit for... Oh, I should have gotten, like, tea or something. It's very strange. When I was taking a nap, right? I set an alarm for, like, half an hour. But then I knocked out. And then I woke up randomly, like, before the alarm. And I was so lost. Have you ever had that? Where, like, when you're taking a nap, and when you wake up from the nap and you have no idea what's going on? Like, you just sort of, like... Yeah, you just wake up and it's like, what time is it? Where am I? Did I, like, sleep through my alarm? I don't understand what's going on. That's essentially what happened. The good naps, but it's very disorienting. Huh. Where did I get them? So I'm like, I also reorganized my desk a little bit. Now I have like a 3D printed table. I want to say it's table, but it's not really a table. It's like a thin sheet of plastic and 4 legs, but it's holding up like a stack of all my Gunpla. And I'm looking at the stack and I'm trying to remember where I bought one of them from. I don't remember where I got it. I want to say it was on sale or something. I don't remember. It's fine. Anyways, welcome back. Welcome back to Twitch chat. Let's continue with the stream.
先生さんのこだわりとかよくわかんないんで、
ん
好きにすりゃいいんじゃない。ま、元から強度なんてないに等しかったけどね。
Yeah, it seems like Iori was built more for like speed rather than structure. Is that so? I thought it was strange when I saw the original parts. I thought it would break easily with such a thin design. But if so, why?
どうしたって。そりゃ普通に使い捨てだからでしょ。
Oh. Is that me? Oh, is that me? And then this is Daichi, right? I'm gonna go because my neck is so killing me. Have a beautiful day. Alright, take care, tailgater. Happy early birthday. Hope you have a fun one on Monday. Disposable. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, now I definitely need this screenshot. Look at this man's face. now what exactly is going on. I wonder if their eyeballs are made of plastic. Their eyeballs are cameras. I think it mentions it in like the sequel game, but their eyeballs are cameras. So it's like a lens. It's like a lens thing. So it's I guess that means it's glass, right? Yeah. There's like glass and LEDs in there. Disposable. Actually, we appreciate both y'all so much. Yeah. Happy birthday. Have a good one. Hope your next feeling better soon. Okay, back to the novel. Disposable.
前に言ったでしょうが、アンドロイドは物なんだよ。物って言っても、壊れないで長く使われるものと、壊れる前提のものがあるけどね。他者がどうかは知らないが、俺たちは後者なんだよ。
Oh, it's freaking oh, what's it called? Oh, planned obsolescence. They purposely make them cheap and like break apart easily, so you have to buy more parts.
俺たちは別にそれを悲観しているわけじゃない。人間さんだっていつか死ぬことを受け入れてんでしょ。
Oh,
それと同じだよ。だ
that's
から
not
先生さんがそうやって丁寧に修理やらメンテやらするの、俺からすればマジ意味不明なんですわ。
that's not fair. Wait a minute, how can you say that? You know how hard Daichi and I are working for you, don't you?
アンドロイドの話をするから伝わりにくいのか。じゃあ例えばそうだな。先生さんが使ってるそのノートパソ、それだっていつかは使えなくなるでしょ。スペックが追いつかなくなって使い物にならなくなったりさ。それもたった数年で。じゃあそうなったらどうする？使えなくなったものは処分して上位互換品と入れ替える。それだけでしょ。みんな普通にやってることだよ。何が悪いの？どこに疑問がある？
He's more of an Apple product than a Samsung. Constantly needing to repair parts and stuff. Meanwhile, like our whole mentality is like make the parts to last. And then like he's being built on the design of like planned obsolescence. I wonder if they feel dysphoria. That's interesting. Right? I feel like right? Like they sort of like feel like they, you know what? I don't think here they do, because in other routes they'll talk openly about like replacing parts and getting repairs and stuff. That being said, I think, who was it? Oh my god, what's her name? It's not it. There's Monica. Monica does end up deciding to upgrade her body to like a more adult model at the end of her story. So maybe there is a bit of like they do feel a little bit of dysphoria where they're not like if there's something wrong with their body. But like at the same time they I don't know. It's sort of like Zubul. It's sort of like Zubul and Thing and like the Amazing Digital Circus, where like they can replace their body parts anytime, but they might still not feel like completely satisfied with like how their body looks. I don't know. Oh, speaking of Amazing Digital Circus, the final episode is gonna be released on on YouTube in like what is it? I want to say like 2.5 hours from now. So if you haven't watched it in theaters, you can go watch it on YouTube and Netflix. No spoilers. I'm gonna watch it after the stream ends. Yeah. No worries. No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers. Even like after the thing, I probably won't do it. I might tweet about something, but like it'll be like way after. Don't worry. Don't worry. If I'm strict about no Silk Song spoilers, just know that I'm also strict about not spoiling anyone. I don't know if there'll be another ending. I'm also wondering if there's gonna be like an alternative ending. That would be so funny if the YouTube one ends up with an alternative ending. Okay. Hey, sorry, we're getting distracted. Let's get back to the story. When I first got to know him, I thought he was calling he was calling only Daichi a thing. However, I had guessed it thinly, but to him, he himself was no exception. There must have been a trigger for this to happen. Is that the get good of 87? Oh my gosh. For example, if there's an environment in which he and the androids around him were called things, if a certain force is applied all the time, the object will eventually transform accordingly. Now that I focus, their face looks like a banana. What? What, the hair? So as not to hurt, not to mourn. In the same way, Yuri's thoughts adapted to the environment in which he had been placed. They were greatly distorted. Yuri's thoughts were greatly distorted in a way that was adapted to the environment he had been placed in. What would have happened to you if Daichi and I had not stopped you and you had returned to the headquarters with that limp?
それ聞くんだ。言わなくてもわかるでしょ、そんなの。当然、クラッシュ一択だよ。使い物にならないんだし。そもそもよそでメンテした形跡まであるわけだし、そんなの危なすぎて放置しておくわけにいかないでしょ。ただでさえうちはコンプラ厳しいんだから。
Too dangerous, you can't leave it like that. Did it come? Oh.
で、そうなったら、大地君は俺に追われることはなくなるけど。まあ、でもしばらくしたら、きっと別のが出てくるよ。
Yeah, he'd probably get in trouble if he ends up like going back and the people at the company are like, who repaired you? This is someone else's work. This isn't ours. What's going on? Someone got into our tech.
今からだったら、そうだな。ちょうど次世代機が出てくる頃だから、俺よりやばいかもな。だから、残念ながら、俺がいなくなっても解放されるとか、そういうわけじゃ。
いおり。
ん？
誰がそんなこと吹き込んだのか知らないけど、使い捨てとかクラッシュとか、いおりの口からそういうの聞きたくないよ。
なんか勘違いしてるっぽいな。クラッシュってそんなに悪いことじゃないよ。その後は再生利用されるんだし。
I'm not talking about recycling. The conversation. It's like they don't mesh. Like the Daichi route, if I remember, he had put images in their bodies, so maybe you don't feel like their body's an extension of themselves, or maybe the opposite, and the images are part of him. I think they sort of see their bodies as like it's sort of like I think it's more like the skin. They see the skin as like an accessory rather than like a part of them. So like they're more likely to do stuff. Do androids have a heightened empathy where images are alive and part of oneself? No. I think it's more of like I think they just sort of see like like the skin for them is like an accessory for them, which is why they're more easily, or how do I say this? It's like they're like uh they're more readily willing to like replace it and like treat it like something that needs to be swapped out versus like the steel body underneath. That one they can like decorate with stuff in the same way that you like could decorate computers with like stickers on the front and whatever. It's, I guess, like stickers on a machine are sort of like their equivalent of like tattooing maybe. So like so I guess for Daichi it's the equivalent of like tattooing your ex's initials on your body. It's like a very serious conversation people were talking about like decorative body stuff. But yeah. Oh, that sounds like a horror movie scenario. Like what if an android thinks a human is an android? Yeah, right? And then you sort of swap out the thing. I could have sworn the author of this novel tweeted something out like that earlier before, like a month or two ago. She was talking about like like if an android broke down, or like if an android saw like their human was injured and they broke down and then they started to try to like repair the human. She tweeted something like that earlier. It's along the exact same lines. It was really funny. It's really funny that you mentioned that. I see. Oh, I don't even know if I could find the tweet, but like she did. Like I don't remember how long ago it was, but that sort of stuck around in my mind too. Like, that sort of thought of like an android trying to like repair a human. Repair a human, yeah. Oh man, that would be an interesting story. But yeah, so what's going on here is thing, right? Like Daichi like sees his body as like one to maintain and to repair, and Iori sees his body as like like a thing to be replaced, and their conversations are not meshing. Trying to tell him exactly what I'm thinking is as reckless as trying to melt a hard, thick slab of ice with body heat. It is reckless, isn't it? I felt that way. What words should I choose? No, it was useless no matter what I said. I don't know.
自分が何を言ってるのか分かってるのか。そういう考えになるのも、プログラムだから仕方ないって。そう言いたいのか。
Hmm.
いおりが望むなら、プロトタイプがクラウドに残した最後の映像だって見せられる。それも一つや二つじゃない。何体ものプロトタイプが指示されたわけでもないのに残してるんだよ。
Hmm. Oh.
みんな、プレスルームの扉が閉まるところまで録画して、ギリギリのところでアップロードしてる。それを見れば、どうして俺がこうやって君を止めてるのかわかるはず。いおりも考
Oh.
え方が変わるはず。でも、そんなことしたくないんだよ。見なくていいなら見てほしくないんだよ。まだ何が言いたいかわからない。
Was it reminds me of an animation I saw called Extensions of You by Tomato. It goes along the same lines like androids are innocent creatures, even if they do harm like children, you don't know the difference. Yeah, right? Like they don't really understand like they don't have like a full grasp of all human concepts. And like the things that they do are not they don't really. It's interesting though, because like in Endless Overhaul, they're definitely set out to be like understanding of humans, right? Like there's different depictions of androids in media. Like there's some where it's like they're like children and they don't know any better. But then there's others like in Endless Overhaul where it's like they have the identical understandings of humans, but then they also there's an awareness that they're also androids and thus not entirely equivalent. Like a lot of the stuff that they do, they know to be um like exclusive for Android. but they do it because they want to fit in like humans. So they try to do like the equivalent of what a human does for stuff. Which is why it's so jarring that Iori sort of like treats himself as like this disposable thing that can be replaced. Cause like he's his own person, regardless of whether or not he's a human or an android, and he doesn't deserve to be replaced so easily. At least that's sort of like, well, that's what I think, but like that's also sort of like the theme that we're trying to like. This is the idea that we're trying to like tell Iori, like, no, you deserve to treat yourself as this individual.
今目の前で一生無駄な理屈をこねくり回してるプロトタイプ以上にアホで分からず屋で下先算数のアンドロイドが明日にはイオリという名を失って一言も喋れないただの鉄くずになってるかもしれねえってのが納得いかねえって言ってんだよ。
Oh, if I told my mate lose name Iori to become a Scout Brian can. Then she sat up from the sofa and I quickly intervened. I'd never heard him raise his voice like that before. And humans replace hearts and legs eventually, with surgery becoming commonplace, would become like him treating our parts as nothing. That's interesting too. Like you sort of there's like this sense of like losing the importance of maintaining yourself if you can just swap out if you could just like swap out parts so easily. There's like a loss of sense of self when you think of your like think of yourself as something that can just be like repaired rather than having to like nurture yourself. What is it? I wish I could say something witty, but the empty words I managed to squeeze out only got stuck in my throat. I completely lost the timing to speak from there. It's a different face, right? I want I want a photo of this as well. He looks so sad. I want to hug him. He's so sad. It's basically a trans argument for but the sense of being human. Is it? Is that an argument to be made though? Like I think that's more on the lines of thing though. I think it's more of like I don't know if it's like losing a sense of self, but like it's or I guess in the sense of like this the dysphoria, right? Like you sort of feel you sort of there's like a dysphoria in like how you feel and like wanting to um align your body with how you feel on the inside versus like if it becomes commonplace to just like repair your body by through surgery, then you're gonna want to align. There's like this that'll like develop its own sense of dysphoria where you can just like get plastic surgery to make yourself look like the way you want to. I don't know. Okay, where are we with this story? It's after a long silence that the words finally came out of Yori's mouth. Like, what is my actual gender? Like, what is my actual gender is on a similar terms as what does it mean to be human. Okay. I guess I see. I sort of see what you're saying. Sort of like. Sorry for rambling too much. No. That's fine. It's interesting. You're good, Repto. Very interesting convo. Like, what does it mean? It's like the discussion of like what does it mean to be human as it means to like what does it mean to be male and female. That's such an interesting rabbit hole to go down, though. Like, if you ever if you ever want to give yourself a little bit of like existential crisis, just like really dig deep and hard about like what it actually means to be male or female. Because then you sort of you sort of like it gets to a point where you're just like, wow, it doesn't actually matter. Like individually, it doesn't really matter. Like you can like there's a lot of things that are like holding you back from like being a thing. Like obviously, it's not a reason to be like be like a like to be like mean to people. The human body's existential horror. Yeah, that's that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like it's not an excuse to like treat people poorly, right? But like just like from the sense of like letting people like on an individual basis, not in terms of like how you treat others, but like from an individual basis, like what it means for you to be who you are, you know. Like how much of that is shaped based on your actual capabilities and how much of that is based off of like um based off of what people have told you you're capable of. Hmm. But yeah, what so back to the story. Back to the story. Is after a long silence that the words finally came out of Yori's mouth. Despite all the courtesies and exemplary answers that have been instilled in him, it was as if the answer to Daichi's words did not exist in him. Yori never said anything again. Daichi, that's enough. That's enough. As a prototype, there is no way he would have wanted to say something like that. Might have made him say something he didn't want to, or reminded him of something he didn't want to. I wish I had been able to do something about it before it happened. I wonder if there's a correct option that would have prevented this from happening in the first place. I'm sure there's so much more to say, but I can't put any more stress on Daichi. It looks like they're holding hands. I know. My yoi. Let's call it a day, shall we?
そうだね。今日はこの辺で帰るよ。
Oh, oh, Daichi. I watched Daichi's back as he walked to the front door. I was so happy to see him again. Even though he is almost 2 meters tall, his back seemed to be smaller than usual. I'm gonna fix it tomorrow. You can use the cot over there. Threw a blanket over Iori and turned off the light in the workshop. As soon as he turned out the light, fatigue washed over him and he collapsed onto the sofa. He stares at the ceiling for a while and waits for sleep to come. I'll go to Contrary to my fatigue, sleepiness did not come easily. I'm not going to be able to sleep after what happened to me. I'm worried about Daichi, and I'm also worried about Yori's stubbornness. I thought that if we saw each other more often, we'd get to know each other a little better. Perhaps subconsciously. I had such a naive idea. Unfortunately, it was not as easy as I had imagined. Let's get ready for tomorrow. I got up and turned on the lamp. Tomorrow I would have to make the parts for Iori. Resin didn't work, so I had to use metal. Metal working takes longer than resin working. Besides, it's not like a 3D printer where you can just leave it alone and it'll be done. If I can't sleep anywhere, I'll start working on it a little now. I look at the blueprints and think about the plan. How thick should the board be? I think it would be better to have a thickness of 3 millimeters. Oh wow, 3 millimeters. That's pretty thick for steel. For like a steel plate. We have enough 3.2mm steel plates in stock. Enough. This is no problem at all for test production. I took out my tools and began to cut the steel plate, alternatively staring at the drawing in the steel plate.
先生さん、まだ作業してんの？
Wait, what? Sorry, one last question. If you never knew what a human was and only saw them from afar, would you believe a mannequin that speaks 3 lines to be human? I mean, like, technically, right? It's sort of like the idea of Plato's cave, right? Where if all you ever know is if this is the if this is the world you know, then how would you even imagine something like something beyond it? If you've only seen humans from afar, then the first thing that you come up to that's like vaguely human shaped, if you're told that's a human, why would you not believe why would you not think it is, you know? Look up Plato's cave. Philosophy. It is philosophy. That's why maybe true sense of humanity doesn't exist. Oh, wait, hold on. I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean, right? I know what you're saying. But like, what? Wait, no, hold on. No, 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 no. Because I think that argument is. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You're wrecking my brain right now. Hold on. Because like the idea of, I think it's sort of mixing up the idea that there is like, sorry, no, 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 this is fine, this is good, you're making good points, Repto, you're fine. I think from from my perspective, like the idea of there being a true sense of humanity is flawed because one's own sense of humanity is inherently a sense of humanity. And for you to say that your sense of humanity is. Because if you think of your sense of humanity to be the sense of humanity, then saying that anyone else is human becomes difficult because everyone else has their own like different sense of what it means to be human. So there can't really be a true sense of humanity because no one person will be able to fit it well. Like you end up like to try and generalize everything. Maybe that is what you're saying. Like a true sense of humanity doesn't exist. But like I guess like a true sense of humanity is the so then a mass illusion or hallucination? No, no, no. It's more of like to to I think a true sense of humanity is the fact that it is not set in stone, you know? Like it's not exactly um like the sense of humanity is the fact that there's no one definition to it, I guess, is like a way to put it. Like there's no singular definition for what it means to be human, and that in itself is what it means to be human. I think that's sort of what I'm gonna go for. That's my final answer, Bob. Sorry, this question is so far away from the sexy robots. It is very far away from the sexy robots, but I do not mind. We'll think. Well, oh my gosh, that's a good question though. But yeah, we'll think. We're gonna bring it back to the robots. We're gonna bring it back to the sexy robots. But that's a good question. That's that's an interesting question. I think it's just that like to try and find a singular definition of humanity defeats the purpose of what it means to be human. And I think meaning in being human is found not from seeking out a singular definition, but just by experiencing experience like just just like taking in your experiences at face value. Like what's happening right now, that this is what it means to be human. What we're experiencing right now is humanity. Basically finding's one known truth, I believe you were saying, or the will to live. Yeah, like like it's an individual premise. It's very individualistic. Like would it mean it there is no true meaning of like being human is having your own individual take on it, and being able to do that, and being able to have that individual thing. Because like if we all had the exact same experience, I would argue that's not really being human. But yeah, anyways, back to the sexy robots. Are you still working on it? Yeah. Yuri called out from me as he lies on the cot, only giving me a glance. I thought he was already in sleep mode. I thought I'd do some light postcards so that I can work on them right away when I wake up tomorrow morning. Oh wait, what? I thought I'd go to sleep, but I'd better do some light scuffing so I could wake up tomorrow morning and work on it right away. I was thinking of cutting out along these lines. I'm sorry. Sorry, are you worried about the light on the lamp?
いや、別に。疲れてんじゃないのって思っただけ。
Oh, it cares. Well, it's not that I'm not tired. It was unexpected. Thank you for your answers. Thank you for your questions. First time I saw something like his care that did not come from program reflections or something like that.
あ、そういや、ハートバからメッセージ飛んできてるんですけど、なんて返せばいいんかね。今着いた。だって、マジどうでもいいわ。
Oh, just say good work or something like that. And then you just got here? You just got there? You live far away from home like that. I'm too upset to say anything witty.
参考になりますわ。2時間前に届いたメッセージだけど。
Then, no. I had fun today. I'll ask you out for a drink next time. How about... What's with that face?
今度。ねえ。ていうか、そういう返事したら、行けたら行くが使えないな。
He doesn't want to. Don't say that. It's lip service. Iori, who seems to have completely woken up, rises from the cot and begins to walk around the workshop, dragging one leg. It was dangerous, but he would not listen to me if I stopped him. He looks at each tool and piece of equipment as if they don't interest him. It is the only way to pass the time in a room where there is nothing interesting. Maybe I should have left an entertainment magazine, or fashion magazine, or even one of those cast-off magazines. I take my gaze away from Iori and resume my work. While I'm working, I get lost in my own world. I know it won't help me, but I carefully recall each and everything that has happened today, and thus I'm alone with my reflections. To be honest, that was a pitiful failure. With my current technical skills, I'm far from being able to call myself a maintenance person. I realize that as much as I hate to admit it. I thought I might be able to win... Gohan? Iori? Iori's stressed, but I didn't have the ability. I can't fail anymore. Maybe he won't wait for me. If he starts talking about going back to headquarters again, or for that matter, if he slips out of here while I was sleeping, what would I say to Daichi? I checked the dimensions over and over again and carefully wiggled them out. Suddenly, I felt a shadow fall on my hand. It was not mine. I look up and see Iori staring at my hand. I wonder what he was thinking. I can't tell because he still has the same cold expression on his face. Still, I thought his eyes were different from when we were looking at the equipment from just a moment ago. They seemed more serious, more interested, more like staring than gazing. When his eyes met mine, he turned away as if nothing was happening. Ooh. I wonder if he understood what I was saying. I wonder if he could tell that I was trying my best to help him, even though I was inexperienced as a maintenance person. But he already had a lot of friends, all of whom were looking forward to seeing him again. Tsundere? Yeah, absolutely tsundere. And that these friends want him to live. It's hard to get a sense of how he feels, but still, I just do what I can for now. I realized that it was around 2 a.m. The warm light in the lamp makes me sleepy, indeed. But I still want to work a little longer. I heard a noise and look up to see Iori heading towards the kitchen. I'm not sure if there's anything interesting in there. The way he wandered around the room is like a puppy that has just been picked up and exploring the house. I went back to work. I started to draw more brushes, continuing the line I had drawn earlier. I thought, but when I looked at it again, I realized the line was too rough, probably due to sleepiness. This is not the point of the postcard. Wait, is there something else I have to do? I took out a piece of cardboard from a cardboard box in the corner of the room, and I cut it the size of a business card. I don't know for sure, but maybe this will help. Oh. Suddenly, something is placed on the table. Here's a mug. You look inside and you see the coffee has been poured in it. It seems like they went to the trouble of brewing it. Aw, cute! Here's a tsundere! Gary puts a mug on the table without saying anything and returns to the cot. What's this? There's a sticky note on the mug. The sticky note had words written roughly on it. Don't sleep. I think he's cheering me up in his own way, probably. Suddenly, you see a list of confiscated items laid out on the table in front of the entrance. Among the gun-like items and knives is a thick stack of A4 size paper. I don't touch it specifically because I somehow feel like I shouldn't look at it, but I'm curious about the words on the cover. Prototype materials. If I read that, would I know what Iori is thinking? I quietly pick up the stack of papers without letting Iori notice. The first 10 or so pages are about the prototype specifications. Height, weight, and camera performance, maximum walking speed, maximum output value of actuators, etc. This information was probably necessary in order to follow Daichi. The problem was what came after that. The letters, which were probably written by someone in the company, were lined up. The following words were written by someone probably within the company. No problem with disposing of 520. Permit for destruction has been submitted, and existence itself is a crisis for the company's survival. is needless to read any further. If this was the norm in the company, and words like these were commonplace, I don't mean to sound sympathetic, but it's understandable that Iori would be like that. It's I'm feeling a little tired and my eyelids are starting to get heavy, thanks to a bit of concentrated work. I think I'll be able to sleep soon. Tomorrow I'll work first thing in the morning. And I have to think about what I'm going to do. I know it's not something for outsiders to get involved in, but now that I've seen it, I can't just leave it like that. Rubbing my eyes, I turn off the lamp and lay down on the sofa. Is it the next day? Okay. This might be the first time I've ever done metalworking in the morning. Do I continue? I kind of wanna. I kind of wanna take a pause here, but I don't know how much longer this story's gonna be. Okay, we're gonna stop here. Oh my gosh. Should we stop here? Should we keep going until it's over? I feel no. We're gonna keep going until it's over, because next week we're not even gonna be playing this. We're gonna be playing something else. All right, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This might be the first time I've ever done metalworking in the morning. I cut out a piece of steel sheet along the keg line I had drawn before going to bed. Before going to bed yesterday, and I fixed it in a vise. Next, I hit it repeatedly with a hammer to form it closer to the damaged part. When the shape is formed to some extent, what else are you gonna play next week? Next week Friday, I'm gonna be playing some Uma Musume Pretty Derby. There's a new update coming. Not update. There's a new support card being released, and I'm gonna be trying out a career using that. So we're gonna see how well I train my Uma. When the shape is formed to some extent, I actually put it on and find out what needs to be corrected. I think I spent about an hour in this type of work because once I started to be particular about it, I could not finish. When my arms were tired to the extent that I thought my muscles would be slightly sore tomorrow, I finally finished the work in a satisfactory shape. The parts fit easily into the empty space where the damaged part had been until a few minutes ago. The parts are pinned and lubricated. There's no problem with the range of motion. If I had to do it all over again, I'd probably have to use a steel plate, but it would be too heavy, and it'd be hard to walk if the weight of the left and right legs were different. I've managed to replace the parts that broke yesterday. Let's see how it goes for a while, and if we find something else that is not strong enough, we can replace it with a steel plate once. As I was explaining future plans, I heard the door to the entrance of the workshop open. I'm sure there wasn't any maintenance scheduled for today. Aw, Daichi's back. After all that happened, it was Daichi who visited the workshop. He didn't say anything, but he was still smiling and waving. I guess he came with the intention of helping. We made sure that we had a week to verify the second generation parts, just in case. The steel plate, not resin, was stronger than the plastic, so there seems to be no need to worry about that. Of course, I don't expect it to be perfect, but I don't think there will be any immediate defects. Now the question is what to do from here. What is the future of Iori? There's no way to change the fact that Iori had been maintained outside of the company. It'd be better if he promises to come here for maintenance if there's any problem. But if they start saying that they'll take maintenance in-house, there'll be serious trouble for non-compliance. I think we'll be okay for now. You've helped me out a lot, so you've been a big help.
さすがに先生一人では無理だろうなと思って考えてることは同じなんですよ。
お邪魔します。
あ
あれ、大地もいるじゃん。
Why is Hatoha here? What?
ちょうどいいや。イオリンの歓迎会しようと思ってさ。今晩どう？行けそうだったら今からどっか予約するけど。
With a smug smile, they feel like yin and yang if they're red and green. Yeah. They sort of balance each other out. It's really cute.
いやでも歓迎会ってどこがいいんかな。ちょっと待って、今探すから。
I don't know where to go for welcome party. Look for a place.
さすがにバーばっかりは飽きるでしょう。だから今回は違うとこにしようと思って。なんかデート前みたいに緊張してきたわ。
Oh my gosh. Oh hot, oh
うわ
hot.
こんな高そうなお店行ったことないし、陽キャばっかりできつそう。
Before hearing the other
ジャ
party.
ズバージャズバーとかどうなんかな。めっちゃおしゃれだし、楽しそうだし。でも歓迎会って感じじゃないか。
Oh, that's so funny. Before hearing the other party's reply, Hato fully activates the search function. While he's fussing alone and waiting for the best solution. Imagine this game in class scenario. When he was fussing alone and waiting for the best solution, he already opened his mouth.
そうだ。先生さんと大地君に一つ言っておかないと。
Oh? Oh? Something about repairs? For example, about the repair cost. If so, there's something I need to tell you too.
違いますよ。修理も済んだことだし、言ってしまえば、より完全体になってるわけじゃないですか。
Oh wait, okay.
今、大地君をと捕まえて、
Oh.
引き出そうと思えば余裕でできるんですわ。
Excuse me? After all this time? Print screen. After all this time, you're just gonna do us dirty like that? Save as. Screenshot 32.
But ちょっと考えたんですわ。もう少し泳がせたら報奨金上がるんじゃねえかなって。
Aww. Oh, what a sin today. If we let him swim around more, we can raise the reward. Yeah, okay.
今ここに大地君がいるのを知ってるのは俺だけだし、別に誰かに先を越されるってことはないだろうし。なんで、本社に突き出すの、今はやめときますわ。
Aww.
これは独り言だけど、半年ぐらい経ったら報奨金も上がりそうだし、そうなったらまた来るわ。ま、その間にどっか遠くに行かれたらどうしようもないか。
Aww. His voice is so loud that only Daichi and I could hear him, but his tone was clear. I have something I want to say to you too. Look at the piece of cardboard I cut before going to bed and handed it to him. I made a prototype of something that looks like a doctor's note. Doctor's note? We've never had such a thing before. I thought and thought and thought a lot for him. Finally, I came up with this. You see, it would be complicated if they found out that I did maintenance elsewhere, wouldn't it? They say they'd be very compliant, and I don't want to hear about another crash. But everything is so fragile, isn't it? I'm sure every part is fragile. I can't avoid future maintenance and repairs. Then I think this is the only place I can take care of you in the future. Wait, sorry, what was the chat? In this angle, very pretty. Also looks like a surgeon mark on his neck. Yeah, I think. Oh, I don't remember what this was supposed to be. I don't know if it was decoration or if it's just something else. I don't remember. Then I think this is the only place I can take care of you in the future. There may be some things that might not go well, and I'll stay with you until you're convinced, just like this time. If you continue to come here, I I want you to take it. It's. I feel as if I were praying, but soon I feel the card slip through my fingers. Iori laughed as cute. Iori laughed as if he flooded his mishappen impromptu medical card. Okay, well, let's take a photo of this. It's kind of sweet. He started warming up to the idea of people taking care of him. Starting to see the value in his life. Screenshot 33. This may have been the first time I'd ever seen this expression on his face. From there, I would have a long, long relationship with him as a maintenance person. Another story. Ah, there we go! Oh, there we go! Nice. Yeah, I feel like this was like good end for like the mail route. This is the good end for Daichi. For like Daichi and Iori. That's sweet. So now we reach the finale. That's it. That's the finale. That's the last route. That's the last route we have to go through. We've already watched Achan's and Monika's route. Last week we finished Daichi's, and this is now the end of Iori's. No. Don't worry, don't worry. There's still endless overhaul lockdown. They're gonna be getting back to that. I don't know when we're gonna get to lockdown though. Because now we got, like, we did in endless overhaul lockdown. We have the good ends for Monica and Achan. Ending 304 Dawn. Aw. Yeah, the white and the nerd robot you said, right? Yeah. The nerd robot? I guess she's sort of a nerd. What? Wait, no, hold on. Did you say she's a nerd? Oh yeah, one of them. Okay, wait. No. Because like because Achan is like the. I want to say she's the one with glasses. Was it one with glasses? Hold on. Oh, Daichi. Yeah. The white and nerd robot you said. Oh yeah, the white and nerd one. Yeah. Daichi. Daichi's the one that we finished last week. And then Iori is this week. And then we also finished the two girl robots routes, like back when I first started streaming this game or streaming this visual novel. And then in Endless Overhaul Lockdown, which is the sequel to this story, we did Achan's and Monica's route. The good routes are both of them. So we still need to do Daichi and Iori's route for that one. And then and then the author, she's also planning on releasing another game soon that might be like a short one-off. So I don't know when I'm gonna play that. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be taking, well, like I'm all done with this game, right? Like I finished this game, which is really cool. It's really nice to play through. Um and then they have another one. I'm not going back to the title screen because the title screen is gonna get me gonna get me demonetized. Well, I'm already not demonetized, but like I don't want to stay on that on the title screen for too long just because of how explicit it is. Um what am I thinking? What am I thinking? I think, yeah, so we're gonna figure out, I'll keep you guys posted with what we're gonna be doing, but next week is going to be not this. It's gonna be Umumusme. So we'll see what happens we'll see what happens in 2 weeks, I guess. I wonder what it is. What, the title page? Oh, okay, I'll show you. I'll show you quick. It's this. This is why. That's HN. Um. So yeah. Anyways. So yeah. So that is all 4 routes of End This Overhaul. I hope you all enjoyed. It prompted some very fascinating discussions. So I'm really thankful we got to get to play with this. I'm really glad that you all stuck around. I hope you all enjoyed. Anyways, next week Monday, I will be busy, so I will not be able to stream. I'm not sure if I have a video up. Oh, chat break in a minute. No. Yeah, it's about to snooze for 5 minutes. We're snoozing the ads because we're gonna end soon. Monday I'm gonna be busy. Wednesday we're gonna continue with Silk Song. I think we got stuck in the under something. I don't remember what it's called. And then Friday we're gonna be playing Moose Make Pretty Derby. Yeah. Um, the Thrones Assemblage support card is gonna be released a day before, so the next day we're gonna be trying to use Underworks. Underworks. Thank you, Repto. Yeah. Um. Thanks for streaming. Bye bye. How many games are left in your backlog? That's a good question. So I still want to go through. Still want to get all the good routes and end this overall lockdown. And then once I'm done with Silk Song, I want to try playing. Um. Oh my gosh, what's the game called? Um. Oh my gosh, what's the game called? Um. Oh my gosh. Well, there is that game that you recommended, and then Near Automata. I want to try playing Near Automata. I'm just not sure if I'll be able to run it on my PC. So like, I'll keep you posted on whether or not I'll be able to play that. And then I also have like 4 months worth of Gunpla that I still need to build. So like, ooh, more robots. Yippee! Oh, absolutely more robots. It's all more robot stuff. It's either I do Gunpla stuff or I do Near Automata. We'll see what happens. I think there's also another like mechabare robot maintenance game on itch.io, which I want to try out as well. I can't remember what it's called though. There's also Valhalla. There's a lot of games. We'll think. We'll keep an eye out on YouTube on like the post section to see if I put up like a poll on like what to do next. Um, and then we can always go from there. But for now, I will bid farewell to you all. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe. Um, I always do the great works of art or trash, nothing in between. Yeah, honestly, there's some really good stuff on itch.io, and then but you really have to sift through it. Um, what was he saying? Yeah. If you're watching this as a VOD, hello VOD gang. Hope you enjoyed the VOD. Uh, throw in either is there a gear? There's a gear emoji. Put in a gear emoji in the comment section of the YouTube VOD if you're watching this as a VOD. Anyways, have a nice day. Hope you all enjoyed this. I will see you all again Wednesday. Yeah, gear emoji. Yeah. I'll see you all again Wednesday. I think Wednesday will be when I next stream because Monday I'm busy. Hopefully I'll be able to post a video on Monday, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, anyways, take care everyone. Bye bye. And off we go.